Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, December 17th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. If you're new to my podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. All about my upcoming events and all about the work that I do. And also check me out on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp and on Facebook under my business page, Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. So today's topic, it's a review of this year. And do you know what your lesson of the year was? What you are meant to learn? For me personally, my guides told me earlier in the year that this was the year for me to know and learn my own value. And I really had thought that that was something that I had tackled about 10 years ago, but apparently every 10 years I may have to go through it again. And that's okay. That's all right. So what does it mean to learn your own value? It's about knowing who you are, what you deserve, what you're worthy of, being sure about yourself, not having doubts, having understanding, insisting on being treated the way you deserve to be treated, insisting on having in your life what you deserve to have, intending it, raising the bar, knowing that the bar was already raised perhaps, and aligning with it. And what was your lesson for this year? Perhaps it was that as well. Perhaps it was strength, courage, empowerment, self-love, worthiness. Perhaps it was to learn to forgive. So let's go over some of them. Forgiveness is something that we have to work on every day of our lives, and probably for our entire lives. And it's very hard at times to forgive. I think our human selves feels that if we forgive someone, we're letting them off the hook. But that's not true. We're letting ourselves off the hook. It lightens us. It heals us. It allows us to be happy, to be joyful. It's such a relief. And it isn't easy to forgive, is it? It has to, I think it comes to, I recently forgave someone and why was I finally able to do it? Because I was just grateful for where I was, where I'd come to be. And so, that gratitude allowed me to understand that things are better now, that things are best. And perhaps them not being a part of it, well, that, I can be grateful for that as well. And so I was able to fully forgive. See yourself where you are right now. Are you better off than you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? If you are, then it's easy to forgive those that were in your life at that time. Because things are better now. And sometimes life brings us strength, reasons to be stronger. And it is true that God never gives us more than we can handle. And yes, it is tested, isn't it? Right up to the edge at times. But perhaps this 2023 was meant to be that year for you, to learn how strong you are, how successful you can be, how much you can stand up for yourself. Well done. Well done. I think every year has a lesson in it. Sometimes the lesson is to balance more, to take more vacations, to love more. A showing of a time of expansion in your life. It's so important to look over this year. Yourself. And those mini scenes you can put together in your mind. And what do they bring to you? I do rapid transformational therapy, which is a hypnosis. And when we conduct it, we regress. The person regresses to 3 scenes that show root cause of an issue. Look at your life. Regress back this year. What are a few scenes that really tried to show you the same thing? There you have it. That is your lesson of the year. And about love. We're all supposed to love ourselves and each other, no matter who we are. I see a post actually more than frequently that wants to divide. It wants help to be decided upon between veterans and migrants. Well, they're equal in God's eyes. There shouldn't be a choice. Both deserve to have food and homes and love and whatever they need. Just like every child deserves to live in a world of peace and not fear and not live in violence. Every child, no matter what background, what religion, what blood they are, what skin color they are. It doesn't matter. They're all equal. They're all deserving. You are as equal and deserving as the person standing next to you at any time. There's no one above another in importance. No matter what title we have, no matter how much money we have. And love is sometimes taught, or the push to love ourselves is often taught through not having love coming at us. We have to rise up to feel it. We almost have to force ourselves to do it. But it's so important because you can't love another unless you love you. And notice that about who you interact with. Those who are not as kind or who are angry. It's because they don't feel love for themselves. They're projecting out to you how they feel about themselves. But if everyone feels love inside for themselves, that's what they will project out. And then the world is done. It's healed. It's achieved what it wants to achieve. Oneness, fulfillment, happiness, love. So if you want to know how to change the world, feel love inside. And then be kind and generous as much as you can to others. Perhaps this year showed you resilience. Strength, courage can be along with that as well. You got through things this year. Maybe you were tested, didn't know if you would get through things this year, but you did. You did. Imagine now a whole audience applauding you. That's what I wish you could hear. You did it. And now on to a new year where achievements and goals can be done. And you're doing it from a step up rather from a step down. Our lives, our very existence is always meant to teach us. That's why we're here. To grow, to expand, to learn. Sometimes it can be very difficult. Sometimes we can float along and it's not so difficult. But it's so important to appreciate who you are. And what you're worthy of. Now I also want to hopefully inspire and tell you that it's important to know that you can have whatever you ask for as this equal partner in this world. Use your imagination to create what you would like to have, what you would like to see with your naked eyes. See the colors, see the images, feel the feelings. Neville Goddard said it was so important. The secret to everything is your emotions. You really have to feel it. The more you feel love, the more you feel wealth, the more you feel health, the more you'll have it. I'm actually in the process of writing a book all about that. Oneness to healing, healing to oneness. It starts within ourselves. You, by your very birth, have access to the all. We have to get around what we're taught by humans about smallness and sinning and things that give us fear and make us feel limited. You are only limited by your beliefs, your perceptions, your thoughts, and your words. If you can change them, you're unlimited, which is truly who you are. Perhaps this year taught you that you can be happy, whether it's with someone or alone. Happiness. I feel like I'm going to say a bumper sticker, but it's an inside job. Nothing and no one on the outside can make you happy. They can only complement your happiness. When we have this idea sometimes that the wealthier we are, the happier we would be. Well, we would definitely not struggle so much potentially. But there are many people on this earth that have wealth, but still suffer heartache, still stumble, still have issues to deal with. Yes. Perhaps they don't worry about their home being foreclosed on or their car being taken. But everyone, no matter what financial place they are in, equally accessible to happiness, has equal access. That is so, so important to know. Happiness is a choice. When you're in your life having a bit of a twist or a tornado, if you can center yourself and just feel calm and happiness, you'll see the storm dies down. It calms. I have pulled that off before, where the environment is a bit topsy-turvy, but my inside self feels happy. It works. The clouds clear away. The sun will come. What did this year teach you? What did it show you? In a positive sense, it showed you something. It's so important to know that there is a purpose to everything. Perhaps it shows you freedom. Perhaps it showed you truth, honesty. Perhaps it showed you that you have to do it yourself, which isn't true, by the way. You never have to do really anything yourself. There's always helpers. Never, ever let humans lose your faith in humans. And also, just because I understand this personally, if you know you, and you know who you are, and you know how good you are, it doesn't matter what others think. It doesn't matter what they think they know. It doesn't matter if someone has slimed your name. Because the universe always responds purely. Karma always happens. What comes around goes around. So learn to live with what you know about you and who you are, and let the rest take care of itself. Justice always comes through, even if we don't see it all the time. It's always going to come through. Meaning it might not come through a verdict or directly or to your knowledge, but it comes through. It comes through. The world is a good place. And people, all people, have some spark of good in them. Yes, 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 yes. Some want to sell their soul. Some choose to be evil, but they can always be redeemed. There's always a little spark. Don't give up on this world. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your possibilities. It's so, so very important. Because that's why you're here. And also, achieving what you want is what you deserve. there is a realm that we like to call heaven, the other side. That place has unconditional love for you and me. It sees you and I as perfect. It sees our core. We cannot lose its love. Never. It knows us too well. Walk around this world knowing that you have that love, that you have that support. Because you do. It's so important to know. And I feel like I'm repeating this so much, so important. Because this time of year and these times altogether are hard. There's a lot of unhealthiness out there. There's a lot of humanity wanting to be of their lowest vibration. But you know yourself. You know how powerful you are. You know what you're capable of. You know how lovable and kind you are. And know that you are loved. Perhaps this year was humbling for you. Perhaps you walked in with a bit of an ego and a bit of an edge, and this year tumbled you. It was a year for humility, perhaps, yes? And that's all right. I shifted this year inside. And between you and I really like me shifted. I used to be this huge planner. I used to, with my empathy, feel more. Because I am very much an empath. This year gave me the flow. It gave me really allowing nothing to get to me anymore. In a good way. This year allowed me to find peace. I hope in some way this year brought that to you too. Inner peace. Inner love. Inner calm. If not, seek it out. Make a point to do that because you are very much worth it. We're in the holiday season, as you know. Be in the present moment. Notice the generosity around you. Perhaps you were supposed to learn that this year. To be more generous, to receive generosity. Whatever you are meant to learn, whatever you are meant to experience, it is for your higher good. And it will bring your higher happiness. I hope for you a 2024 that is the happiest time of your life. A time of new adventures, peace, prosperity, love. Think now of your intentions for the new year. And know that they can be yours just because you asked for them. It's so very, I'm going to say it, important. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week. If you have any suggestions for a podcast subject, please email me at serenityharbor@verizon.net, and I will explore talking about it. But for now, please be sure, if you're on YouTube, to like, subscribe, and share. And to follow me on my Facebook business page and Instagram. I would appreciate it so very much. And sometimes I miss comments, and I don't mean to. I try to reply to comments because they're important, and I appreciate them. I am grateful for everyone who wants to listen, and I'm just grateful for everyone who's grateful for me. Because I've heard that a lot this week. And it's like when someone tells you they're grateful for you, I feel my gratitude goes up a level. Because I'm so grateful that they are. And that's what I mean. And I am genuinely grateful for all of you. And thank you for giving me the privilege of recording this podcast and having anyone wanting to listen to it. I'm thrilled. You never know. There might be one where you actually see my face talking at some point. You never know what might happen. But do stay tuned, because I'm getting a lot of energy back. I had a year where my body had to regroup, and it's coming back now. Actually, it's doing really good. And so I'm in a place where 2024 will be a very active year. And I'm looking forward to that. And I want to say this too, because I became an Infinite Possibilities trainer in 2019, which is a program that was started by best-selling author Mike Dooley, who is a great guy, amazing guy. And at the time, we had to do a list. We had to kind of write ourselves a postcard of what we will have accomplished in 5 years. And so that would mean 2024. But yeah, 2024 is 5 years. And I almost want to say to my group, my group of people I did the workshop with, my leader, is it really 2024, or do we get to take out 2020? And even some of 2021, right? I think we need to add time here, because there was a bit of a stop, wasn't there? I bet they would agree, wouldn't they? They sure would. But just in case, I know what that list had, and so I got to get on it. But just something occurred to me recently that, the year that, everything changed. Thank you again for joining me. And yes, again, I appreciate you. And I will talk to you next time. Take care.